Hello, Ajit.
Yes, welcome. Good morning, Roman.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And let us start from the news we received yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, on 20th of May 2022, the World Health Organization held an emergency meeting to discuss the outbreak of monkeypox. And we have our modest homeopathic emergency meeting to discuss the same outbreak of monkeypox. And of course, we have to start from general question. Why monkeypox now? Is it dangerous? Should we as homeopaths and as a homeopathic community to be prepared for this outbreak in a special way? And if yes, so what we should do?
Okay. Yeah. You see that this is a sad news. Sad news in the sense that one after the other, the human species is getting afflicted. The names could be this virus and that virus. The truth is that the symbiotic relationship between a human being and the environment is at stake. The truth is that we have to work at the level of the symbiosis. Viruses were there just like human beings. There are innumerable billions of viruses, the species and the bacteria and fungi around us. The truth is that the habitat of the earth is in danger. So naturally, the human beings are progressively becoming vulnerable. So the strategy of the medical science will be to reduce this vulnerability. How we give the protection to the human beings without harm, with due respect to the nature, and the treatment which is really helpful for the patients. And I think homeopathy, being a very scientific, logistic, and rational therapeutics, based on no speculation, based on no any hypothesis and imaginating things, it is a sheer truth. You have the proving, you have the clinical experience over 250 years, and you have the rationale in the therapeutics and the use of it, and with a big success rate over more than 250 years. So I think now the time has come, in view of all these, you see, progressive affliction of the human beings, to look at homeopathy with curiosity, with scientificity on the part of the people who are in the custody of the power. The people who are in power should now pay attention to homeopathy in an unbiased way. Science cannot be one sectarian. Science believes in experiments. Science believes in consistent results based on very good experiments being done. And homeopathy has never said no to them. Why it should no to them? We are just requesting the all authorities in the world, just keep your dogmas and you see egos and away, everything negative and antipathic to homeopathy. Just experiment. In a way, allopathy was being you see experimented upon, not by allopathic doctors more. Most of the researchers in mainstream medicine are coming from physics, chemistry, biochemistry, pathologist, microbiologist, engineering. So if I ask you what is the share of the allopathic doctors in the research, it is definitively less. In the same way now, if all these people who made a research in mainstream medicine, they must make a research in homeopathy.
I think that we as a homeopath has to do not less, maybe even more in this direction. Especially we hold some facts, and you mentioned 250 years of homeopathy. I will mention few other numbers. For example, we know that since Dr. Samuel Hahnemann discovered what's called homeopathy today, the laws of homeopathy are the same. This is, first of all, this is law similarity. And the second is that one of the first successes of homeopathy was success in infectious diseases.
Yeah.
And if we'll take our homeopathic successes in all infectious diseases for the last 250 years, we will see approximately the same rate. From the beginning, it was more than 95%. The same it was with this previous popular disease, because I'm afraid that this popularity of fashion for diseases will bring another disease. So if in all these infectious diseases we had a rate more than 95% of success, it can give humanity the instrument to treat any disease to come, because our rules, our laws, homeopathic laws, since 250 years, we can say since beginning of this world, are the same. Similar treats similar. And now we come to issue itself. Few days ago, I had a conversation with my colleague, and she told me about a case from Sri Lanka, and and she showed me pictures. It looks like pox, definitely not chicken pox. Definitely not smallpox, but it's kind of pox. So, and we see now these numbers last few weeks, we see increasing of numbers, and even in Wikipedia, if you go to Wikipedia right now, you have an article with these numbers, increasing numbers. Yesterday, we had a case suspected of monkeypox in Israel, and in England, and in the United States. And there are many other facts. For example, government of United States is planning, or already maybe, to pursue some vaccines against the smallpox for amount of almost $200 million. So I stop here and I come back to homeopathy. Simple homeopathy. These rules were effective during other infectious diseases. Let us see how homeopathy sees this monkeypox. And thank you, Ajit, for your prompt reaction. So we can show a first version of your article on monkeypox and homeopathy. So if you want, we can go for a few minutes in this article. And I have to mention that this article going to be translated to several languages almost immediately, so we can share with society our thoughts.
Very important point has been raised by you, Roman, in view of the economical, very easy to prepare and to administer remedies of homeopathy. It requires less and less and less money, but more beneficial effects. I mean to say that when you have millions of dollars and billions of dollars as something as a numerical you see presentation, I think that homeopathy can offer a very good solution with such a economical you see aspect that it needs to be addressed to this ailing humanity, which is going in a very bad phase of all the aspects of the life, economical, cultural, deterioration of the human values and whatnot. Okay. The first thing which is very important to understand is the way in which we have to approach homeopathically the whole idea of monkeypox. We had smallpox and chickenpox. Although the smallpox has been eradicated, homeopathy serve the patient suffering from smallpox, as far as the history of homeopathy is concerned, in a very good manner. Antimonium tart, sulfur, veruolinum, baptisia, these were some of the remedies which were employed in smallpox during those times with great success. We have the stories of success being recorded in old journals of homeopathy. There is a very big issue being offered by Central Council for Research in Homeopathy, how homeopathy has helped viral diseases of many, many kinds. Apart from my big presentation on coronavirus 2 years back, a book which is published by Amazon, where Roman asked me a lot of questions as an interview, and then I expanded the whole in the form of the book. The idea is that maybe you call it as a chicken pox or monkeypox or smallpox. Our remedies remain the same. This is very important because on the structure of the virus, on the mutation of the virus, on the level of the disease, a homeopath doesn't work. He works on everything related as a part of the totality. So virus, yes, it is important to us. The symptoms of disease important to us. The mutation important to us. But not only all these are important. We go for the host response in a totalistic way. We make a portrait of the disease and then corresponding remedy in the materia medica on the basis of the rational and scientific approach based on the law of similars, which was being advocated by the father of medicine, Hippocrates. Samuel Hahnemann just formulated the law of similars, but Hippocrates, Paracelsus, even allopathy uses the law of similars. Ayurveda uses the law of similars. In my book on harmony in totality, I spend more than 30 pages to understand the law of similars. So the issue is that if the monkey pox is coming up, homeopaths are already prepared. We are not after a new vaccine to be prepared. We are not after any new remedy to be given to the patient. We have more than 5,000 remedies in homeopathy based on proving, based on clinical confirmation, based on toxicology. So we have a rich armamentarium to use it. We can employ these medicines based on the indications available as an individual instance in a patient and then treat accordingly. So this is a great benefit of homeopathy. If you ask me what is the benefit of homeopathy, you have the medicines now. You have the philosophy now. You have the structure now. It is not that you have to prepare it afresh and anew. Brownia's action, you see, thousands of years back. Brownia's action now. And Brownia's action after even, you see, 5,000 years will be the same. It is the patient who will decide whether Brownia is indicated or not. Yeah.
Okay, now, Ajit, I think that we have to go. Of course, who will be interested in, to receive this article, we will be more than glad to share. Now, I would like to go and to make a line of differential diagnosis of the most appropriate remedies for this condition. And before we start, let us stress one fact that there is one clinical symptom, clinical condition, which is very important to differentiate monkeypox from other poxes and so-kind diseases. And this is related to lymphadenopathy.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
a little bit more about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we will go for differential diagnosis.
Yeah. You see, with any virus infection, the lymphadenopathy is fairly common. However, if you take into account the lymphadenopathy in monkeypox, it's like the defense of the body being presented, because lymphoid tissues have a very big role to play as stations in our body. They try to prevent the further spread of the infection by the enlargement of them. However, being a disease expression, we have a host of remedies in homeopathy with lymphadenopathy in a virus infection.